Welcome back, guys. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I was actually surprised to see Google drop so early. I've heard about this model before, I checked it out, I'll link it in the description below. What I'm talking about is a new AI model called MusicLM. Now, MusicLM, as I just mentioned, has been introduced a couple of weeks or maybe even months ago. However, you couldn't really actively use it. And I actually signed up to the wait list, but I can't use it just of yet. However, as soon as I can, I will get you a demo. But here's the website where you can sign up yourself and check it out. So what is it? Google's new AI, MusicLM, is sending really shockwaves through the industry, and it will get even worse as soon as this thing is getting more and more out there. This AI doesn't just make music, no, it creates high fidelity compositions from just text. Imagine a description such as a calming violin melody backed by a distorted guitar riff. I mean, that's probably one of the first ones that I'll try out when I have access to the program. Now, with that being said, MusicLM's potential impact on the music industry is profound, if you ask me. It outperforms previous systems in audio quality and adherence to the text description. And it can even transfer hummed or whistled melodies into full compositions. So imagine you have an idea for a melody and you whistle it into your microphone, you upload it, and then you add a text prompt. Let's say you want to turn it into an orchestral masterpiece or a symphony or maybe a rock song. And then MusicLM supposed to do its magic and turn it into whatever you want based on your audio input and your text input combined. So I wonder, what does this mean for music artists? Are we looking into an AI-dominated future where machines compose our music? The jury is still out. It's still somewhat early, but it's not all doom and gloom, I think. In my opinion, artists can embrace MusicLM just like my opinion on visual artists who can embrace tools like Midjourney and others. Yes, the bar may be rising and everybody has access to the same tools, but imagine if you're actually a seasoned professional in the industry. I'm sure you can get a little bit more out of it than the average Joe like me. And by that, I mean you could be using this tool to explore maybe new sounds, styles, or even push your creative boundary in ways that you weren't able to do so before. It could also be used as a stepping stone for upcoming artists and providing them a platform to create demo tracks or refine their sounds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In an AI-infused future, how can artists in general ensure their relevance? How can they retain their unique touch in their music? Again, I think that one thought could be to emphasize their unique creative process, the human touch, so to say, the soul that goes into making music. As of now, it's something that AI, no matter how advanced today, it can't replicate just yet. On the other side, some people argue that this is just the evolution of music. They point to the introduction of synthesizers or auto-tune technologies that were once feared but now embraced by artists. So could AI like MusicLM follow a similar trajectory? What do you think? Here are a couple of samples of what it can do today, and these are demo examples, so I haven't generated them myself, but you can check them out on their website as well. So yeah, as always, just go to Google, type in MusicLM. First thing should pop up. Well, actually the second one gives you a little bit more of a current state of what's going on. Here's where you can sign up for the waitlist. When we go back to the search results, we can see a short overview of some of the demos. You have all these are generated with AI. Yep, we have a main soundtrack of an arcade game. Okay, our slow tempo bass and drums led reggae song. Well, the cool thing is also you have long songs, long 5-minute songs that are somewhat stable. Melodic techno. Or how about some relaxing jazz? And the really cool thing is here you can basically generate a story which is crazy. You give it the timestamps and then how it changes. So from 0 to 15 seconds, it's time to meditate. Then it changes to time to wake up. And then time to run, time to give 100%. So you have a dynamic score for your short film or animation or whatever. That's just based on text prompts. Now you have time to give 100%. So that's pretty crazy, isn't it? And here is what we mentioned about humming. So this is kind of humming, right? And then we will turn this into a guitar solo. So it's basically the humming input plus the text guitar solo. And this is what came out. Same with opera singer. It doesn't really say real words, but it does sound like a voice. Do you believe AI can create music as soulful and touching as a human artist, or is there a limit to what AI can achieve in a creative realm like music? And here's another thought. What about copyright and intellectual property in the era of AI-generated music? We all know that there is a couple of lawsuits going on right now in the visual space. Stability AI and Midjourney and others face a couple of legal challenges to determine how the rights are really being managed in a work that's being generated on the go based on the inputs that were once created by their respective copyright owners. But in music as well, who owns the rights to a song that has been created by an AI? The person who input the text, Google, who owns MusicLM, or does nobody own it? Is that maybe what they meant when they said, you will own nothing and you'll be happy? Who knows? But anyway, these are questions we'll need to grapple with as AI continues to permeate the music industry and others. MusicLM has opened a new frontier for music, and it's exciting to think about the possibilities. Here's a side note. To me, it seems like the comparison between visual art and musical art, it seems to me like, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, it would be easier to become a graphic artist versus a music artist. However, I do think that for a machine, it would be harder to generate visuals that impress us based on maybe just the medium of visual art. It's so diverse. Whereas with music, it's a more structured system. You have chords, you have notes, then you have certain, I think they're called arpeggios, or correct me in the comments. There's certain sequences of music that we know that people like. So it seems like what I'm trying to say is, if you ask me up front, I would say that it would be harder for a machine to generate impressive visual art than it would be to generate impressive audio art. And with that being said, I'm very impressed with what can be done visually today. So I cannot wait to see what's actually possible in the musical realm once I have access, and we all have access to really things like MusicLM. I'm getting off tangent, I digress. But to set it straight, I think it might be very interesting to see where the music industry goes, because I predict that generating music in an impressive way with machines may actually be a simpler process than generating visual art. And the visual art that we can get today out of AI is very impressive. So I'm kind of scared for a lot of artists, because it seems to be like something that's going to be maybe more of a hobby for most. And those that have created some sort of like a celebrity status right now, they'll be fine, obviously. Maybe they'll even embrace it to cut off the competition, who knows. But for now, all eyes are on the industry and artists. We're watching curiously to see how they will adapt, evolve, and perhaps even thrive in this brave new world. So, I want to be in their shoes? Not necessarily, but I'm definitely curious how they will adapt, because adapt they will have to. And for all of us non musicians, we'll continue to explore, question, and hopefully enjoy the music that springs from it. That's all for it today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Are you excited? Do you hate it? Do you love it? And I'll see you in the next one.